Just listen to me carefully, because this truth will change how you walk, how you speak, how you rule the room. The moment you stop reacting, you start controlling the game. You become unpredictable, unshakable, unstoppable. You know what breaks most people? Is not failure. Is not heartbreak. Is not rejection. It's the desperate urge to show that they are hurt, affected, shaken. But when you act as if nothing touches you, not his words, not her gossip, not their opinions, not society's pressure, you flip the entire script. You confuse the world. You make them wonder, why can't she be broken? And you know what happens next? People fear what they can't control. They respect what they can't shake. And they chase what they can't read. So today, I dare you. I dare you to walk into every room like no insult could touch you, like no heartbreak could dent you, like no betrayal could even scratch your worth. Why? Because power is silent. Confidence is quiet. Real strength wears a mysterious smile and speaks very little. You want to know the secret to make anyone? An ex, a friend, an enemy, a boss, regret underestimating you? Simple. Act like their words, their games, their rejections mean nothing. Because a woman who seems untouched becomes the most dangerous, the most wanted, and the most unforgettable presence in every room. Ready to learn how to build this power? Ready to become the woman no one can read, no one can play, no one can break? Let's begin. Control your facial expressions. This is where real power begins. Because the first thing the world reads is not your words, not your mind, not even your actions. It's your face. Your face speaks before you open your mouth. Your expressions reveal what's hidden deep inside you. Fear, anger, sadness, insecurity, doubt. And the moment you let these leak out for the world to see, you give away your power. You let them see your weakness. You let them play with your emotions. Have you ever noticed that the most admired people in the room, the ones who command attention without speaking, are the ones who keep their expressions calm and unreadable? When someone insults them, they smile slightly, no reaction. When someone disrespects them, they blink slowly, no anger, no flinch. When gossip floats around about them, they walk tall, like they never heard a thing. This is not because they feel nothing. It is because they choose to control what the world sees. Imagine this. You walk into your office and someone, maybe that jealous coworker, tries to push your buttons, throws a sarcastic comment at you in front of everyone. Most people, their face changes immediately. Eyebrows tighten, lips purse, eyes flash. And in that moment, they lose the battle. The enemy knows they've touched you. But you smile slightly. You nod. Your face soft, untouched. Like their words bounced right off your energy field. That coworker will burn inside because they couldn't shake you. You win without lifting a finger. Or think about relationships. You text him. He doesn't reply for hours. Most women panic, overthink, feel restless, and when he finally calls, their face says it all. Desperation, disappointment, hope mixed with hurt. But a high-value woman, she picks up the phone with the same calm face she had before. No excitement, no anger, no sadness, just grace. Like his response time meant nothing to her peace. And that's when the man feels fear. Because he can't read her. Because she's not like the others. Because she controls her reactions. You are in a family gathering. A relative makes a nasty comment about your life choices, maybe about your single status, your career, your freedom. Most people would frown, roll their eyes, bite back. But the woman who owns her life simply smiles gently and changes the subject. Her face says, "You don't deserve my energy." And the whole room feels her quiet strength. No drama, no battle. But the victory is hers. Even in friendships, this works. You discover a friend talk behind your back. You meet her the next day. What do? Throw angry stares? Cold shoulders? No. You smile the same way you always do. Your expression says, I know, but you're not important enough to disturb my mood. She will squirm inside. She will wonder why you are so unaffected. That's power. Silent, graceful, deadly power. At the market, the shopkeeper tries to cheat you. Overcharge you thinking you are naive. You keep a calm face. You don't look shocked. You don't argue. You simply say, softly but firmly, that's not the right price. Your face is smooth, confident. And suddenly the game shifts. He knows you can't be fooled, even walking down the street. A stranger stares too long. A group whispers rudely. Do you flash anger, roll your eyes? No. You walk as if you saw nothing. Face forward, peaceful, untouchable. And the world moves out of your way. Respond slowly or not at all. This is where real control begins. This is where you separate yourself from the crowd. From the noisy, desperate, reaction-hungry world that screams for attention every second. Most people live in reaction mode. Something happens, they panic, they cry, they get angry, they explain, they defend, like puppets pulled by invisible strings. Someone pulls their thread, someone pokes them, they explode. But the woman who learns to pause, to breathe, to respond slowly or not at all, becomes a force no one can shake. Imagine this. You are in the office. Your boss unfairly blames you for a mistake you didn't make. All eyes turn to you, waiting to see you break, defend yourself, argue. But you don't. You stay quiet. You let the silence hang. You let him finish. And when he is done, you look him in the eye, calm, steady, and say, I'll check and get back to you. No panic. No need to prove yourself in that moment. No wasted energy. And that silence will ring louder than 1,000 angry words. Your boss will see the weight of your control. Your colleagues will see the difference between you and the rest. You didn't let the heat of the moment write your story. You waited. You ruled. Or you're in a relationship. Your partner says something that cuts deep. Maybe he mocks your dreams. Maybe he criticizes your choices. And your heart wants to scream, to explain, to defend your worth. But you pause. You don't reply instantly. You let the moment pass. Maybe you respond the next day. Maybe you never do. But when you finally speak, your words are sharp as diamonds, thought out, polished, unbreakable. And he will realize you are not the girl who reacts from emotion. You are the woman who responds from power. And that makes him fear losing you. Even in friendships, this matters. A friend betrays you, talks behind your back, others rush to tell you, to see your reaction. But you smile. You say, let's see. And you say no more. You do not text, you do not call to confront. You wait. You gather facts. You let time expose the truth. And when you finally speak, if you speak at all, your silence will have done more damage than any angry word could. Because your friend will spend sleepless nights wondering what you will do, what you will say, how you will strike. But you, in your quiet power, have already won. You're on social media. Someone throws hate at you. In the comments, insults, jealousy. People wait to see you reply, to defend yourself, to fall into the trap. But you don't. You don't answer, you don't explain, you delete, block, move on. No energy wasted. And that person sits behind their screen burning. Because their weapon failed. Because you were too high, too far, too untouchable to even notice. You rise while they drown in their own noise. Even small daily moments. The shopkeeper is rude, the stranger cuts you off in traffic, the waiter brings the wrong order. What do? Most would shout, complain, demand, but you pause. You speak softly. Or maybe you say nothing at all. You don't let their bad energy poison your peace, and suddenly they change. The waiter apologizes more sincerely. The shopkeeper corrects the bill, nervous. The stranger looks confused, unsure how to handle your calm. You didn't have to fight. You let your silence fight for you. Even family. Your relatives question your choices. Your career, your marriage. When will you settle down? When will you get serious? They ask, laughing. You smile. You sip your tea. You don't reply. You let them choke on their own curiosity. Because silence says, I am at peace. You are not worth disturbing that peace. And they get the message. Without you saying a word, when you slow your response, the world speeds up in confusion. When you stay silent, the world shouts louder, begging for your reaction. But the woman who knows her worth never rushes, never breaks, never dances to someone else's tune. She watches, she waits, she moves like the queen she is. Only when the time is right. Master the unbothered body language. This is not just a skill. This is an armor, a silent crown you wear everywhere you go. Because before your mouth speaks, your body tells the world everything. Your posture, your eyes, your walk. They scream your confidence or whisper your weakness. And the truth is, in this world, nobody listens to what you say if your body already confesses fear, insecurity, or desperation. Imagine this. You walk into a meeting room. You're surrounded by people who doubt you. Maybe because you're the youngest. Maybe because you're the only woman. Maybe because they think you don't belong. Most would shrink, lower their eyes, fold their arms, nervously touch their hair, fidget with their pen. But you walk straight, shoulders back, chin slightly lifted, slow, calm steps. You sit with grace, not slouched, not tense, but like a queen who owns every chair in that room. Your hands rest softly, not hidden. Your breathing is deep and even. And in that moment, even before you open your mouth, they feel it, your power. The room changes. They listen. Because your body language said, I fear nothing. I need to prove nothing. I belong here. Or think about a party full of strangers. You don't know anyone. Most people panic in these moments. Their shoulders tighten. Their eyes dart around looking for rescue, for escape. But not you. You stand tall. You move slowly, gracefully, like the whole room is yours to explore. You make eye contact, steady, soft, fearless. When you talk, you don't fidget. You don't hug yourself, protect your chest, or shrink into corners. You occupy space, comfortably. Your energy says, I am enough. I don't need validation. And you become magnetic. People turn, drawn to the calm confidence you radiate. Even on the street, you're walking alone, late evening. Some men stare too long. Many women would speed up, look down, clutch their bag tighter. Fear would show in every step. But you slow down. Shoulders relaxed, head up, eyes forward. You walk like you have an invisible army behind you. And the staring stops. Because they see you are not afraid. You are not small. Your body told them, without a single word, that you are untouchable, and that silent message is more powerful than 1,000 warnings. At work, when you make a mistake, your boss criticizes you harshly. Most would shrink, nod nervously, speak quickly to defend. But you stay still. You nod slowly. You keep your eyes steady, breathing calm, your face soft, no flinch, no panic. And suddenly, the mood shifts. Your boss realizes you are not a girl who breaks. You are a woman who absorbs pressure like stone absorbs rain. Untouched, unshaken. You don't react in fear, you listen. You hold your space, and that makes you unforgettable. Or at home during a family fight, voices rise, fingers point, you are accused, blamed unfairly. Most people argue back, arms crossed, voice sharp, face tight. But you stay relaxed. Your shoulders down, your arms open, not defensive. Your head tilts slightly, patient. Your silence louder than their shouting. Your body language says, your words do not touch my peace. And slowly they lose steam, because they cannot fight someone who won't dance their angry dance. Even in relationships, this matters. You're out with him, he flirts a little too much with the waitress. Most women would stiffen, fold their arms, glare, roll their eyes, but not you. You stay calm. You smile gently. You lean back in your chair, relaxed. Your eyes say, I noticed, but I am too high, too rare to compete for attention. And in that moment, he remembers who you are. He realizes he is risking something priceless. Because you didn't beg, you didn't break. You own the moment with pure, elegant control. Calm face, body relaxed. You sip your drink, you glance softly, you say nothing. And she feels small, because her words bounced off a wall of confidence she couldn't shake. You won, without lifting a finger. Mastering the unbothered body language turns you into the rarest kind of woman. The one they can't read, can't break, can't touch. The world bows before those who do not flinch. Detach emotionally. In public, this is where true grace lives. This is where real power breathes. Because emotions are precious. Your anger, your tears, your frustration, your fear. These are meant for the private walls of your own space, not for the world to consume, laugh at, or use against you. The moment you display your emotions publicly, you give away your control. You let people know what hurts you, what moves you, what breaks you. And the world loves to play with an open wound. But when you learn to detach emotionally in public, you become untouchable, mysterious, strong beyond imagination. Imagine this. You are in the middle of an office meeting. A colleague openly takes credit for your idea, your hard work, your sleepless nights, your brilliance, stolen in front of everyone. The old version of you would have gasped, raised your voice, argued right there in the room, but not now, not anymore. You sit still, calm, unmoved, a faint smile on your lips. You let him speak, let him gloat, because you know time will reveal the truth. You are thinking 10 steps ahead, not trapped in this small moment. Your face, your body language, your silence, they confuse him, and they impress the room, because they see you are not weak, you are wise. You don't fight petty battles in public. You win wars in silence. Or picture this. You are with your partner at dinner. He says something that hurts you deeply. A careless joke about your dreams, your ambitions. You feel the sting, the fire of anger rising. But you don't show it. You don't sigh. You don't roll your eyes. You don't break the smile on your face. You continue your meal, graceful, elegant, as if his words meant nothing. And you wait later, in private, when you are calm, when your mind is clear. That is when you speak your truth, softly but firmly. And by then your strength will hit him harder than any public outburst could. Because the woman who controls her emotions in public is rare and unforgettable. Even in family gatherings, a nosy aunt makes a rude comment. Still single? Still chasing that silly career? The whole room waits for your reaction, but you don't flinch. You sip your tea, smile politely, and change the subject. No one gets to see your anger, your sadness. You keep your dignity, you keep your peace. And suddenly, you are the one in control. Because they didn't get what they wanted. Your pain as their entertainment. You rise above their smallness. At the gym, someone laughs at your struggle with weights. You hear them whisper. They expect you to get upset, to leave, to break. But you don't. You lift again. You sweat again. You focus like they don't exist. And they feel small, embarrassed by their own childishness. Because your emotional detachment made them powerless. They wanted a reaction, and you gave them nothing. That's how queens break bullies. Even online, you post something meaningful, and someone comments cruelly, trying to provoke you. Most people would type a long reply, defend themselves, prove a point. But not you. You delete, you block, you scroll on. No attention, no energy wasted. Your silence says you are not worth my breath. And that silence burns deeper than any comeback ever could. In relationships, it's the same. Your partner tests you, stays distant, doesn't text. You see it, you feel it, but you don't chase. You don't double text. You don't break your flow. You go to the gym. You meet your friends. You live your life joyfully, beautifully, as if nothing changed. And that makes him wonder, worry, fear. Because you detached emotionally in public, because you showed the rarest strength, indifference, where most people would beg. Even when you get rejected for a job, an audition, an opportunity, most would sulk, complain, rant to friends, post sad quotes online. But you smile. You say something better is waiting, and you move on. No drama, no sadness for the world to feed on. You suffer, but in private. You rise, but in silence. And the world sees only your glow, your peace, your quiet fire. Because the truth is simple. A woman who controls her emotions in public owns the game. She lets no one read her weakness, no one play her fears, no one shake her fears, no one shake her peace, and in this quiet, hidden strength, she becomes unforgettable. Shift the energy. Don't chase, attract. This is the law of true feminine power. The world taught you to chase love, chase success, chase attention, chase approval. But the moment you start chasing, you lose. You tell the universe you are lacking, that you are small, that you are desperate to be seen, chosen, wanted. And desperate energy repels everything beautiful. But when you shift the energy, when you become the flame instead of the moth, when you stand still, burning, confident, unbothered, the world begins to move toward you. They come, they notice, they wonder, they want. Because you no longer beg, you attract. Think of a job interview. Most people walk in nervous, begging to be liked, desperate to be chosen. You can see it in their posture, hear it in their voice. Please pick me, their energy screams. But not you. You walk in like you are offering them something rare, yourself. You sit tall, smile softly, and listen more than you speak. You ask them what they can offer you. You don't convince, you invite. And suddenly the energy shifts. The interviewer leans forward. They want to impress you. Because you are not there to chase the job. You are the one being chased. Or imagine you're dating. Most women rush, text first, overthink, over-explain, constantly check their phones, wondering if he'll call. But you stay in your energy. You don't wait by the phone. You live your life. Fully, joyfully, beautifully. You go to the gym. You laugh with friends. You chase your dreams. Not a man. And he feels it. He senses your peace, your glow, your freedom. And that makes him chase you. Because you are rare. You are the one who doesn't need anyone to complete her. You attract by being full, not empty. Even in friendships. Some people gossip, beg to be included, fear being left out. But not you. You are the woman who values her own time, her own space. You don't call 10 times. You don't force plans. You move in your own rhythm. And suddenly, they want to be around you more. They invite you more because you are not needy. You are needed. At the market, you see the same thing. Someone argues for a lower price, begging the seller to cut the rate. But the confident buyer, she smiles, offers her price and walks away if it's refused. And guess what? The seller calls her back, offers the deal. Why? Because she didn't chase. She set her value and moved on. That energy wins every time. Even on social media. Some people post and beg for likes, for validation, for attention. But the woman who posts what she loves, without care for approval, who shares her truth without fear, she grows faster, attracts followers who feel her realness. Because she is not desperate to be seen. She is simply being seen by those drawn to her light. With family, this works too. When will you marry? When will you settle down? When will you change? Most women shrink, explain, justify. But you smile. You say little. You live your life boldly, proudly, and they start to respect you more. Because you are not begging for their approval. You are standing in your truth. And that makes them lean in. Curious, quiet, thoughtful. Even with enemies. They spread lies, hate, rumors. They want your reaction. But you don't give them the satisfaction. They want your reaction. You stay calm, you stay quiet, you keep building, glowing, growing, and they burn. Because the energy shifted, you are no longer defending, you are creating. And they are left powerless. In every room you enter, you don't run toward people, you let them come to you. Your presence speaks, your calm attracts. Your joy pulls. Because the one who chases always loses power. But the one who attracts rules the game without a word. Keep your next move private. This is the mark of the truly powerful. The world is full of noise. People bragging about what they'll do, where they'll go, what they're building. But you move in silence. Like the moon that controls the tides without making a sound. Like the seed that grows in the dark before breaking the soil. Like the lion that watches, waits, and strikes. Only when the time is perfect. When you keep your next move private, you control the game. No one can block what they don't see coming. No one can destroy what they don't know exists. Imagine this. You are working on a business idea, your dream, your escape from the ordinary life. Most people would post about it, talk about it at every dinner, tell friends and strangers what's coming. But not you. You wake up early, you work late, you build quietly, you let no one know the full picture, and then, one day, your launch surprises everyone. They see the result, not the struggle. They see the success, not the plan. And they wonder how you did it. Because they couldn't ruin what they never knew. Or think of love. You meet someone amazing. Most would run to social media, flash the new relationship, post the dinners, the flowers, the trips. But you smile in private. You enjoy in silence. Because you know, the more people know, the more they interfere, the more they envy, the more they try to destroy. Your joy stays safe because your mouth stays shut. And when it becomes real, solid, unshakable, then you let the world see. But only then, even in the workplace, this matters. You plan to switch jobs, to move cities, to start something bold. Others would gossip, tell their colleagues, leak the news. But you remain quiet. You nod, you smile, you do your work like always. And then one day, your resignation letter drops. Your big opportunity appears. And they are stunned. Because they never saw it coming. Because you moved like water. Silent, unstoppable. Flowing under their radar. With friendships, this power shines too. You learn who betrayed you. You know who gossiped, who lied. But you say nothing. You act the same. You watch. You collect proof. You prepare your exit. And when the time is right, you disappear from their life without drama, without warning. And they are left shocked, empty, wondering what happened. You win, not with words, but with strategy. Even in daily life, this truth holds. You plan to lose weight, to transform your body, your health, your beauty. But you don't post progress pictures. You don't announce the diet, the gym sessions, the goals. You stay quiet. You work in secret. And one day, you walk into the room transformed. Strong, glowing, new. And everyone gasps. Because you reveal the result, not the process. Because you made them see, not hear. At the market, you want to buy something expensive, something bold, a new car, a new home, a rare thing. But you don't boast, you don't drop hints, you wait, you prepare, you choose. And when you arrive, purchase made, keys in hand, you shock them all. Because they thought you were dreaming, but you were preparing. In silence. Even with enemies, this wisdom rules. They watch, they wait, they spy, hoping to catch your next move. But you give them nothing, no clues, no signs. You smile, you laugh, you stay calm. And behind that calm, your empire rises. Your plans unfold. And when you strike, they fall. Shocked, powerless, because they never saw you coming. In relationships too, this strength wins. You plan your exit from a toxic connection. You gather courage, you prepare your new life. But you act normal. You don't threaten, you don't warn. And one day, you leave. Strong, silent, free. And they beg, they panic. They wonder how they missed the signs. Because you hid your wings until you were ready to fly. Even with self-growth, this matters. You study new skills, build new habits, heal old wounds, all in private. You don't announce your glow up. You don't explain your change. And one day, you arrive, confident, wise, unstoppable. And the world stares, speechless, wondering how you became this new force of nature, because you let your success speak, not your plans. Because you kept your next move hidden, like treasure, too precious for careless eyes. And now, listen closely, because this moment right here is where everything changes for you. This is not just a speech, this is not just advice, this is your wake-up call. Your reminder that you're not a beggar in this world. You're not a follower of chaos. You are not a puppet moved by the strings of people's opinions. No, you were born to lead. Born to walk differently. Born to stand like a queen, even when the world expects you to kneel. From today, you don't react to noise. You don't dance to anyone's drama. You don't explain your worth to small minds. You rise. You walk. You build. In silence. In power. In mystery. Because the world doesn't respect noise. You don't respect time. You don't respect time. You don't respect time. In the sense of things being true, if you are not in line, you don't build. The world worships mystery. It bows to the ones they can't read, can't predict, can't break. The woman who moves in silence shakes the earth without warning. She becomes the storm they never saw coming. And you are that woman now. No more announcing your dreams before they grow. No more crying in public for their entertainment. No more proving your worth to those too blind to see it. From now on, your glow will not be explained. It will be witnessed. Your power will not be spoken.